Holy forking shirt balls. We're in the good place.
Let's go.
Sure, we're in the actual good place.
Yeah, I don't see any go-karts, much less go-karts being driven by monkeys wearing sunglasses and Hawaiian shirts.
He's on it.
That smells like Typhoon Falls.
Really?
Favorite water park when I was a kid.
It just smells how you want it.
Band-aids and a thick cloud of teen hormones.
Murky.
The good place smells like whatever makes you happiest.
Ah.
Warm pretzels. Or, no,
You can't decide.
it's the smell of absolute moral truth?
Similar smells.
I smell Blake Bortles holding the Super Bowl MVP trophy.
Yeah, you do.
To me, it smells like a curtain closing between first class and economy. Oh, this truly is the good place.
Okay.
Mail depot.
So we're talking about mailmen now.
Mm.
Literally had that calendar and I did not get past March.
What? Don't.
What do you mean?
Make sure that no one can follow us. Janet?
On it.
Nailed that, mate. Well done.
What's the second thing we have to do?
Keep a low profile.
Well, maybe should have led with that, mate. Cool.
Here's our cover story. A neutral Janet
Beautiful.
won a contest.
Yeah.
Really?
Let's just come clean and request asylum.
Yeah, man, we're refugees. What kind of messed up place would turn away refugees?
Mm-hmm. Right.
They never break the rules. No way to guarantee they wouldn't send you right down to the bad place.
Ah. But then that means that they could be manipulated, because who's writing the rules? Interesting. Because I mean, that's what we have on Earth. I don't know. It's a grey area, a little bit. It could be, especially if the bad place are influencing things. By the way, this is Jarvis. Don't mind him. He's just here now. Just get on board.
We're being chased by demons.
And the Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Dracula chasing us?
Okay, stop.
Was there though, Jason?
Yeah. With his bazooka.
Okay.
Well, geez Louise, I'm sure glad you're okay.
This is my neutral Janet.
End of statement.
For here are humans, if you can believe it.
Watch this. I believe it! Why are they here?
Uh-huh.
Because they won a contest.
Why not? Yay!
Congratulations, guys!
Nailed it. Well done.
That's the door to the good place,
This right here is the door to, the good place.
Uh-huh. Stay cool. Stay cool.
but it won't open for you guys. So you're kind of just stuck inside.
Oh no. So close, and yet so far away.
Why don't we help you clean up the mess in the mail?
Did I win a contest?
Judy and I will be right there.
Yeah. Damn.
This is how I always got out of escape rooms. If you break enough stuff, they open the door and kick you out.
Do you know what, though? That's a successful escape room, if you think about it.
You have anything you need to talk about?
I can't take this anymore, man. All the running and hiding and fighting.
You just want peace.
All that stands between us and the actual good place is one door.
I feel like it's quite a powerful door, though, mate.
That's like 4 Oreos. We're 4 Oreos from heaven.
It's a nice way to think about it, mate.
I am right here with you. So let's take a deep
Oh.
breath.
Uh-huh.
I need to speak with the committee.
By calling them on that phone.
Even if it weren't against the rules, I don't know the number, and you wouldn't tell me.
There are no numbers.
Beautiful.
You can't use it.
Of course not.
Uh-huh.
Just as a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Any way that you would know if I did use the phone?
Mm-hmm. Purely hypothetical, yeah.
No.
So it's entirely untraceable.
What a fun thought experiment.
It was.
Is that a dog barking in another room?
Because I don't have a dog, out of politeness and an abundance of caution, I'll go check.
Oh, you're an overthinker, fair enough.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, we're making waves.
Jason, you seem thoughtful, and that concerns me.
He's probably working out everything about everything. This is what I mean. He's got power, but he doesn't always use it. That's all.
Do you remember that one time when we were in Janet's void and we all looked like Janet?
That was not long ago.
Yes?
About how Janet loves me? I don't know how I feel about her.
Huh.
And also, I feel bad that I sort of like read her diary.
Oh, bless you.
What should I do?
Have a talk.
You should tell Janet what you saw.
Yeah.
Start a dialogue about your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to know I can talk about girls with my wife.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Janet. So, do you remember how you killed us and brought us into your void?
I do, yes.
Wandering around because you have the ability to make anything. And I wanted to see where you keep the rollerblades.
That's a valid concern, yeah. I miss rollerblading.
You saw that? That's so embarrassing.
Let's talk about it.
I don't want to talk.
Okay.
And I almost blew up, and I have to be neutral, and neutral Janet's.
Mm-hmm. Not right now.
Going in here.
It is going neutrally. End of conversation.
Nailed that. Well done. No, it was good advice. It was good. I mean, this is what I've talked about before. Like, you just gotta be careful, right? Earlier in the season, when it's like, okay, you're trying to help people, sometimes there is a danger that you might make things worse if you intervene. And hey, we're getting an example, more overt example of that. I mean, look, you know, this is just situational. to a certain extent too. I don't think it was necessarily bad advice, maybe not to be applied right now, maybe.
And don't let them intimidate you.
You've got this, mate.
Oh, wow.
Have you guys ever been here before? I have never been here before.
Really?
It is one of the great honors of my eternal life to be invited here
Really?
to this momentous occasion. Who are you and why are we here?
In a nutshell,
Yes.
that the bad place has somehow infiltrated the accounting department and is tampering with the points.
Oh, do we think that What's-Her-Face, who's here, is actually a bad place person?
That would be a disaster.
He would.
Meg, you take notes. Daisuke, open a secure.
Wow, they're on it.
Kellen, head to the farmer's market.
Are these guys the bad place? Is this a Hail Hydra moment? Are they all... Is the infiltration that deep? Do you know what I mean? This seems too good to be true is what I'm saying.
And grab us fresh peaches.
Brought you some water, but I found this kind of glowing bowl with liquid in it.
Okay.
Maybe it was a toilet. I'm gonna throw this out.
Yeah.
Compared to some of the other stuff that's happened to us, it could be worse.
Don't say that.
Oh, check it out. Straight through my sweatshirt.
That's impressive.
Let's go on a date. What? No, I'm serious.
Yeah, why not?
You have to admit, it's very odd.
I don't trust these guys, man.
Well, there have been dips before
Really?
when they invented stabbing and they're all just like stabbing each other.
Oh my god.
Doug Forsett.
Oh yeah, the Book of Dog.
And he's not even close.
I do think though, based on their point system, actually, I may have talked about this before. I can understand why, based on their point system, he wouldn't get in. So I do feel like he's a bad example, actually.
The only explanation is that the bad place has somehow rigged the system.
I mean, this is the thing as well. Sorry, I'm just realizing I'm just going along with the show. I'm letting the show lead me, which is dangerous. Because I think perhaps we're working towards a revelation, actually, that maybe the bad place isn't influencing anything. And again, it's just a bad system. Maybe that's what we're building to. And I'm kind of overcomplicating it in my own head because I kind of was talking about this stuff a while ago, and I'm just like, again, I'm kind of taking the hand of the show and letting it lead me. And so I am taking a lot of what Michael is saying as, okay, that's truth. And it's like, we've been there before. Yeah, I think at this point, maybe I'm kind of erring more on the side of, okay, they're not. And this is legitimate. And Michael's wrong. And this is maybe what he has to go through of, no, the bad people aren't influencing things. The rules are just not right, which makes even the good people act in ways and judge people in ways that are bad, which is an interesting conversation to have. That's why I said it right at the beginning. Okay, the good place people can't deviate from the rules. Okay, but if those rules are bad, it means the good place people are bad or perpetrating bad things. I think that would be more interesting at this point. And they're good writers and they think about this stuff. So I think they're going to do that. I think he's wrong. I think it would be more interesting if he's wrong and the bad place aren't influencing things.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, you wouldn't, would you? No, sorry. Okay, I'm going to go immediately back on it. I think these guys are legit. I think they're fine. And they're going to do the work and they're going to be like, they're not. And then Michael's going to have to think, okay, how can this be happening when they haven't been tampering? What's the answer? And I think the answer, like I say, is that the rules are wrong. They're not setting a foundation for determining things for these places accurately or as they should be. They're not fair.
Every single bad place employee is a disgusting monster.
Some of them are probably cool, handsome, and about town.
Now it is up to us to find a solution.
Kellen will stand by you, showering you with compliments.
Okay.
You are such a good speaker.
Thank you.
This suit is very flattering.
It is. Talk about his bow tie.
I was going to be annoyed by this, but it's wonderful.
It's quite nice, yeah.
Your jawline is extraordinary.
It is.
It's been really nice having a little company.
Oh.
It's nice to be here. And it's not nice to not be there.
I encouraged Jason to complain about what we saw.
You saw that too?
Nope.
All of these new emotions I'm feeling are about to burst out of me. What if they come out my butt?
That is a fair fear.
Whoa!
Hello.
Found it in the cupboard.
What if it was for something really important?
Here's some champagne for you for thanking me, for thanking you, for thanking me, for thanking you, for thanking me for the champagne you sent me.
Pop that bitch.
This is my kind of scrappy fun.
This is very nice. Take a banana. Hello.
And I would sneak into their office and read the unabridged dictionary.
I can't believe I'm attracted to you.
You are, though. I'm not worried about that anymore. You blew it when you admitted it to me. You still thinking about what's on the other side of that door?
Not really, no. Because you're here with me.
Oh, and the good place is wherever he is?
I have one more little surprise for you.
Oh, don't do yourself like that, mate. Just say big surprise.
What do you think?
Oh, it's not what I thought, sorry.
Oh, no, you're crying. I assume it's because you're happy or horny. Is it so horny cry?
Because I'm miserable and it's all your fault.
What?
I love the outfit. This sucks. The happiest I've ever been and I blame you.
In light of this new information, the time has come to take decisive action.
Go on. It's not going to be good news, I feel like, mate.
We are going to form an elite investigative team to get to the bottom of this. And we are fast-tracking the process. It will take than 400 years.
guys.
It's aggressive, but you heard right. We are only giving ourselves 400 years to select the
To select the members.
400 years just to form the team?
You can be the team. This is the team.
I was thinking that we could do something nowish. Right now.
Michael, we have rules, procedures. We're the good
Rules.
guys.
We're the good. I love that. I love that so much. You don't understand. We have rules, procedures. We're the good guys. What if you're not? This is the thing. This is the danger. And it's what we're all told, right? We have these ways that things work, ways that societies work. We have these structures that I think more and more people, are identifying as, okay, that's problematic. That's not fair for most of us. Actually, the repercussions of these systems and the people in power exercising these things is only benefiting them, not us. But they try their best to make it feel like we're fine and we're doing okay. The systems that we live in keeping us so busy, so exhausted, doing the bare minimum, keeping food on the table, a roof over our head. Nowadays, doing even that, the basic is consuming. There's no time to question. There's no time, there's no energy to try and work out how to fix things. Things are like they are, and it's so hard to break out of that. And I think a lot of people don't question the rules or how things are. Talked about this before, but bears bringing it up again, because that's how it's always been. And those in charge, those in power, well, they wouldn't have got there if they meant us harm. They wouldn't have that job if they didn't look out for us and didn't have our best interests at heart. And unfortunately, the truth sometimes is that that isn't the case. And how dangerous is that? And this perception that there is on, well, no, this is ordered. There are rules, there are laws that keep bad people from doing those bad things, but we know that that's not perfect. We know that all of these ways that humanity kind of lives and goes about things have problems, sometimes so deeply entrenched that it's hard to see them. It's so dangerous perceiving, and I love how the show is kind of throwing it in the audience's face. Oh, I just love that so much.
We have rules, procedures. We're the good guys. We can't just do stuff.
We can't just do stuff. And then you got to ask yourself the question, are all those rules and procedures really helping then? Is that good? I don't think so. You're not helping anyone right now. What about all those people in those 400 years that suffer because you haven't helped them now?
Upon formation, the team will then be in charge of organizing a blue ribbon commission to investigate themselves. And that will take 1,000 years.
It's maddening, isn't it? Because it's identifying so many issues that we have. And, look, it's interesting because rules and regulations and things that we put in place to make things safer can be good, but they take more time to implement, which means that bad stuff keeps happening. And then what if it doesn't actually work when it's applied to the problem? Then you got to start all over again, and then things don't get. Do you know what I mean? Look, I'm saying this, and everything that I said before. I'm not saying it's always a bad thing to have rules and procedures. It's not, but it is an interesting quandary, isn't it? And it's almost like, what is the answer to that? And it's almost like, I feel like we have such a kind of dilution today of people trying to improve things, in the sense of there are too many people to look after. There are society is so obviously wide-ranging. There's so many of us, and there's not enough people kind of in charge of making things better or seeking to make things better. So many people want to just live, and that's fine too. But I think when the systems are failing us in the way that things are today and things are in the show, I think we need more people being like, okay, let's come together as a community and be like, how do we fix this? And we don't really have that. Not as much. That's what I mean, there's not enough people kind of really with the idea in mind of like, let's make things better. We don't train ourselves to kind of think that way. We kind of, get ourselves on the conveyor belt of life and the kind of the cycle of things, and then we just stop thinking for ourselves in some respects, and we just get on. And I don't blame people. I've said that before. I don't blame people for that too. Some people just want an easy life. Some people don't want to have to think. Some people just want to do what they got to do and have a good time, and that's not wrong either. But I think we do have this kind of stagnation, like I say, this dilution of things aren't getting fixed because not enough people care, and we don't have the systems, the community in place to be able to kind of widespread, largely fix things or improve things. Things get lost in, rules and procedures, regulations, whatever, bureaucracy, because there's not enough people dealing with it.
Just so you know, the whole time you're doing this, the bad guys are continuing to torture everyone.
Yes.
In the bad place.
Exactly.
Which is everyone.
That deeply concerns us.
But
have you seen the memorandum we've sent each other about how concerned we are? We're taking this very
Stop
seriously.
it. That's dirty. And how empty is that? It's so funny. It's such an interesting commentary. This episode, this scene. I love this scene. This is such a fun scene for me.
And that deeply concerns us.
Have you seen the memorandum?
Did you make a tweet?
Here, here.
Ooh, Kellen, did you file a here memorandum?
No. I rescind my here and resign, effective immediately.
Dude, no. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, and it's raising the question of like, you know, there's such a thing as too much. There's such a thing of too, you know, we're burying ourselves in rules and regulations. There are too many, but then, you know, do we scale back? Okay, are we making it more unsafe for people now? What's the, you know, where's the line? I'm sure there are people, because I've heard people talk about, you know, their respective jobs and how backed up it is, how it doesn't work because there's this rule, this regulation counteracts what, you know, this person in this other department has as rules and regulations, and nothing gets done and things don't get fixed. And I'm sure there are people watching this and this show or this video or whatever who have examples of that, work jobs who have examples of that. I mean, what do people think? I kind of, you know, again, like come down on it's a kind of a governance problem. And I talk a lot about, you know, like I say, coming together as a community and fixing it, but are we allowed to? Not necessarily, not all the time. But then at the same time, should people, you kind of come full circle then, and it's like, okay, well, maybe a community of people without expertise aren't really the people to be making those decisions. Then you get back around to the, you know, the thing of like, well, we should have professionals in charge and governing us and thinking, you know, about this stuff and working this out and delegating and having a team of, which is supposed to be how governments work. It's not always how they work, but it's tiring, isn't it? It's hard. There's not really a magic fix for everything. There's just not.
I made up a death did us part certificate.
Yes, marriage ended.
We are officially no longer fake married.
Beautiful, why not?
You can now both relax and tell by your silence and inability to...
I don't think you're helping, mate.
It's a nice gesture. I feel both pitied and put on the spot. That's fun.
Oh.
And it's a cool reminder of how I'm dead.
Okay.
Never mind. Misfire.
I think, Tahani, you need to step back.
Cancelled.
So you and I are married again?
No, we're not.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting that Tahani, like I say, I think it is the example in this episode of like sometimes it's just okay to leave things be. You got to be careful. Sometimes it backfires, sometimes it does. It's very much an episode of like, it's so interesting because I find myself talking like that, like I just did. And, you know, the scene previous to that and talking about these rules and regulations and everything that I've been talking about, I think, up until this point of being like, okay, nothing's working. Maybe this is a solution. Maybe this is a solution. Maybe this is a solution. Okay, maybe you can do it this way, this way, this way. It's kind of an episode that's kind of dismantling all of that. And it's like, okay, yeah, cool. We have solutions. We have good things in place. We have Tahani being there and trying to do the good thing and trying to insert themselves and fix things. None of it works. None of it's working. And it's really interesting how it like the show has kind of built you up and it gets you thinking and you're like, okay, well, what about this fix, this fix, this fix? And the show goes like, well, yeah, here you go then. These are all the fixes. Doesn't work. Now what? And it kind of draws you back, puts you right back on the ground floor of like, okay, back to the drawing board. But it leaves you in this kind of powerless position almost. And it's a really interesting episode for displaying the human frustration, displaying the human condition and the frustrating element to it almost of sometimes there's not an answer. Or like I say, at least there's not an answer that fixes everything. And you just kind of gonna take it as it is. And it's like, okay, right, well, this bureaucracy, these rules, regulations, they're not working right now. Let's do something today. Tahani, it didn't work. Okay, that's not fixing things. That's not helping. I am only making things worse by intervening. Step back and stop doing that. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes all you can do is take the action that you know is going to kind of fix it right now today.
Because my tears taste like the nacho cheese from my favorite movie theater.
Wow, that's awesome.
Incentive to keep crying.
Yeah, it is.
Relationships are stupid. You're scared you're never gonna have a real one. And then when you do, you're scared it's gonna go.
What if we don't worry about whatever comes next?
Stop it, you filthy. What did I just say? Sometimes you can't worry about stuff or putting things in place for future. Sometimes you just got to work with what has happened right now. Same in that room with Michael. We just got to fix the thing today. Tahani, okay, that thing that I'm trying to fix for the future, the way that I'm going about that's not working. So for today, I just got to step away. Chidi, beautiful. And the philosopher coming kind of in and supplying this little nugget. Okay, this isn't, thinking about the future, thinking about these things in kind of a more, philosophical. What the f am I trying to say? In more of kind of an existential way of, a grand ranging way of, sometimes you just got to forget everything and come back, draw it all back in and just be like, okay, let's just today, now, deal with what we can.
What if we don't worry about whatever comes next?
And something freeing in that.
There's a quote I like by Tolstoy.
Is there? Go on.
There is only one time that is important. Now.
Such a beautiful episode and such a beautifully placed moment for Chidi to bring that quote up. Because I think the episode is orchestrated to make you feel frustrated and confused and like, and to make you go, what's the answer then? I don't have it. We don't have it. So what do we do? And it gives you this element of despair. The episode works that into you as the audience. And Chidi now coming in and saying that is actually quite beautiful. It frees you. It's an answer, which I think is what I come down on to and what I was coming down on, of like, all you can kind of do when you're in that environment is to be like, okay, let's just pull back a little bit and admit, okay, what can we do right now? It's a really well put together episode for that.
It is the only time when we have any power.
She knows it.
An unverified Tyra Banks account posted that meme on Instagram.
Well, now I hate it. There is another quote, first spoken by a very wise, very attractive, occasionally very sweaty. You gotta try.
I really love this episode.
I think it applies to relationships too.
Yeah.
I've got an idea of something we could try.
Well, I don't want to assume.
Well.
The Titanic is sinking, and they're writing a strongly worded letter to the iceberg.
Yeah.
The bad place has to be tampering. There's no other explanation.
Is there not?
Can I ask you an unrelated question?
Go on.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
The fate of all of humanity is at stake, and time is running out.
Oh, that face.
Go ahead.
Everything I do makes it worse.
So stop meddling.
I just make them happy.
You can't.
Jason happy? You give him a lollipop.
Or that, sure.
Every time I do something nice, it backfires.
Come on, we're close.
There are so many unintended consequences to well-intentioned actions.
Beautiful, yeah.
Feels like a game you can't win.
Yeah, exactly. Despair.
There is another explanation. Unintended consequences. Oh, Tahani.
Yeah.
You did it.
Well, of course I did, darling.
It isn't the bad place, is it? It's just...
How long? I've only been looking at one duck, but there's millions of ducks.
one of them's got to make it.
Hawkhurst, England, gave his grandmother roses for her birthday. He picked them himself, walked them over to her.
That's a good plus score.
Doug Ewing of Skaggsville, Maryland, also gave his grandmother a dozen roses, but he lost 4 points. Why? Because he ordered roses using a cell phone was made in a sweatshop.
Right.
The flowers were grown with toxic pesticides.
Damn. No ethical consumption under capitalism. Is that what's screwing us?
And his money went to a billionaire racist CEO.
Interesting. So we live in a structure, a society that doesn't allow us to be good. And it's not our fault, necessarily. Or at least we're not the issue. Not the root cause. You worked it out. Well done, mate.
Very odd thing to cheer.
Don't you understand? The bad place isn't tampering with points.
Yeah.
Every day the world gets a little more complicated. And being a good person gets a little harder.
You need to change the rules. The rules don't apply to the world anymore. Not in the same way. I love this episode so much.
Gather the others. We have a lot to do.
But we didn't really deal with my thing.
Well, you know, later.
I'm very sorry I meddled. I was only trying to help.
Yeah.
I love you. I really do.
Oh.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm just crying because you're such a nice and thoughtful friend, and the emotions aren't coming out of my butt. They're coming out of my eyes, which is somehow just as embarrassing.
What?
Why are you crying?
I don't know. I'm British.
Yeah.
Carpeting is really just...
It's a weird green, yeah.
I just like being a part of things. Crying?
Uh-oh.
Never been suspicious of anyone, but I think that's about to change.
Oh no.
We've done nothing untoward.
What's up, fart faces? Chidi and I just had sex in a closet.
Oh no.
All been lying to me this whole time? I'm gonna try to shake my fist at you.
Go on.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Nearly. That was a good effort.
I have to turn you into the judge.
Don't bother.
Damn.
I already did.
Nice.
Hey.
Okay, Frogman.
Agreed to your terms.
I'm not even kidding. I saw him and my brain went Frogman and then they said it. We are so in sync. It's a little wet, I'll be honest with you.
She'll meet you at IHOP.
Nice. Oh, this is getting good, man.
Smells like frogs.
Oh, of course it does.
Cool.
Yeah.
The interdimensional hole of pancakes.
Oh.
Dangerous place in the universe.
Damn.
Then why are we going?
To save humanity.
Yes.
Right. Any chance I could change real quick?
Hey, man. You can make it work, don't worry. All right. Mate, where do we go with season 4? Okay. Sorry, because like it feels like we're almost getting to places where we're wrapping up, man. We're coming to kind of conclusions. We're coming to nice conclusions. I love this episode. I don't feel like I need to really say that. I think you can tell. I think what a great episode for kind of the conclusion almost to I think a lot of my meanderings and and theories and what I've been talking about and absolutely. And I think waxed lyrical about all that stuff. So let's get off that for a second. Let's talk about I think what a well written episode it is to kind of achieve its point, like I say. And I think, the scenes that were preceding the moment of Chidi's line, the Tolstoy quote, and how effective that is based on the way that the episode up until that point has been shot and written and how it makes you feel as the audience and the way it releases you, like I say. I think it's such a kind of beautiful moment of eureka and really, really prevalent. I think when you start to really kind of dive into things, and I mean, you've seen me, as I've been watching this show, as I've been trying to dive into things, and you kind of talk yourself in circles sometimes, or you get to a place where it's like, okay, there's not really an answer, or the answer is it's just hard. And as much as like, maybe I can come up with a solution, there's going to be someone who goes like, hang on, Tyler, just no, because if we do that, then this bad thing happens here to this person or to these people. And it's like, oh, damn, yeah, okay, that's not the solution. It's like, there's not really solutions that you can just be like, this is the problem. It's not a one size fits all scenario. Humanity is different. It's ever changing. Obviously, right? The world has changed. You can't judge things the same way as you did before. And the problem is that you need to change the rules to accommodate the world as it is now. Because the truth is the rules that the good place, bad place have going don't achieve what they were meant to achieve all that time ago that they were made. There's a lesson to be learned there, I think. Because I think we do, I'm a staunch advocate against tradition in a lot of cases, because I think tradition locks us into arbitrary rules that don't really apply anymore, and actually they make things harder. Yeah, what a great episode, and a great revelation of I got there just. But anyway, that was The Book of Dogs. Thank you so much for watching it. If you're not already subscribed, please do consider doing that down below. Tick the notification button as well. Please do consider watching any of these videos right here to keep the hype train rolling. Thank you, as always, to those who do support me. Just genuinely thank you. There are some links down in the description if anyone fancies early access to any of my videos. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you once more so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.